Picture a 10-month-old baby, happily crawling across a low table toward a bright toy. Suddenly, she reaches a spot where the surface ahead appears to drop away into a deep gap. A sturdy sheet of clear glass covers the drop, so she is perfectly safe. She stops. She doesn't pat the glass or reach for the toy. Instead, she lifts her head and looks straight up at her parents' face. Why would a baby who cannot understand a single word stake her physical safety entirely on the look she finds waiting for her? Psychologists call this quiet cognitive superpower social referencing. When a baby encounters something new and uncertain, she does not just guess. She compares her own reaction to yours, borrows your read on the situation, and adjusts her behavior to match it. This ability does not arrive on day one. For the first half year of life, a baby is busy learning your face and voice. Social referencing actually blooms slightly later, specifically activating around 8 to 10 months of age. That timing aligns exactly with the moment a baby learns to crawl and put real physical distance between her body and your arms. Right as she gains the power to wander into trouble, she develops the instinct to check back with you before she does. Nature built a wireless safety tether between parent and child. This glance functions as an active, vital request for a safety read on the world. We know how heavily babies rely on this facial data because we can watch it happen. The classic proof comes from a legendary experiment in developmental psychology known as the visual cliff. Researchers built a table with a shallow side and an apparent steep drop on the other, all covered by strong glass. They placed an infant on the shallow end and the mother at the far end, holding out a toy. As the baby approached the edge and hesitated, the mother was instructed to hold a specific facial expression. The results were stark. When mothers posed an expression of fear, exactly 0 babies crossed the cliff, not 1. The drop looked far too dangerous because mom's face said so. But when the mothers smiled with joy, roughly 75% of the babies crawled right across that terrifying-looking edge to reach her. Same baby, same glass, same toy. And babies weigh their father's expressions with equal importance. Subsequent studies using the same setup found that a father's expressed anxiety or calm directly dictates his baby's level of avoidance. The physical danger remained exactly the same in every test. The emotional data on a human face was the sole deciding factor in how these babies navigated the unknown. You see this outside the lab every day. A baby takes a small tumble, or a strange dog enters the room, and she instantly checks your face. In that single fraction of a second, she is executing 3 separate, highly complex cognitive skills. The first is simply knowing to look up at all. This is a developmental milestone that shows she recognizes you as a valuable, active source of information. The second skill is binding. She has to connect your specific emotion directly to the novel object causing her uncertainty. Your worried face has to get linked to that strange dog, rather than the toy in her hand or the sock on her foot. The third skill is regulating. Once she reads your emotion, she actively borrows it to steady or shift her own internal state. She catches your calm and grows calm, or catches your fear and grows afraid. This process leaves a lasting neurological imprint. When 12-month-old infants witness a negative parental emotion paired with an object, their brain activity physically changes. Fear is incredibly sticky. The baby's brain devotes extra mental resources to highlight and permanently remember objects linked to a frightened face. It marks the object as something to treat with extreme caution in the future. Through these expressions, parents actively save data in the child's brain, categorizing the world into safe and dangerous zones. This brings us to a crucial dynamic in early communication, known as the mismatch principle. What happens when your reassuring words contradict your nervous body language? A baby detects the gap between a calm word and a tight, worried face instantly. Because nonverbal signals were her very first language, she will always trust the deeper, truer facial signal over whatever words you are saying. This science does not mean you must perform constant, flawless serenity. You do not have to be a perfectly cheerful statue who never flinches. Genuine alarm is highly useful information. When something actually warrants caution, your negative emotions play a vital, healthy role in keeping your baby safe from real-world threats. Your baby is not looking for a perfect face. She is looking for a reliable, readable face she can trust as she makes sense of an enormous and unfamiliar environment. Every time your baby finds reassurance in your face, she builds a lifelong emotional foundation. She learns that the world can be checked and figured out, even when it feels uncertain. By offering a steady, loving face in moments of doubt, parents are quietly teaching their child that uncertainty is survivable. You give her the lasting courage to step forward, recover from small failures, and explore a complex world.